was, yes.
Yeah,
because the live coaching was 8 weeks waiting time, so I closed the other one. It was faster.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, nowadays I think the live coaching is booked a little bit sooner, but yeah, regardless, I'm looking forward to this. Okay, let's jump into the code, mate. I've got your stream pulled up as well, so I can get the juicy ad revenue for you.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll give you a whole 5 cents, 10 cents. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Insane. I'm rich now.
Okay, let me get Overwatch pulled up. Okay, how's practice been? Because obviously it's not been a long time. What has it been, a week? Yeah, a week since our last one.
Yeah, but like in the past, like the very first session we had was as a Sombra one trick. So it was a long time ago, and I wanted to switch to actually not be a one trick. So I want to not train only Echo, but I want to train Echo, Tracer, and Ashe.
Got it.
That's why I got 3 WOT reviews, 1 for each hero. I'm currently training Echo. It was going fine, so I'm making small improvements, I think. Yeah, and so Tracer is just next.
Okay, sounds good. The good news is a lot of stuff that we talked about with Echo will carry over to Tracer as well.
Yeah, I expect. But honestly, I'm kind of... I see a lot of mystics on Tracer on my own, but I don't see them in-game. I see them during WOT reviews, so I think it's a little bit different in this case. Because on Echo, I didn't know actually what to do, but on Tracer, I know, okay, this was bad, this was too close, this was wrong angle, this was wrong target, stay too long, and so on. But kind of, it's harder to see in-game as Tracer because it's kind of faster.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a lot more... knowing a lot doesn't really always translate to you being able to do a lot necessarily. So we'll take a look here. Okay. Do you want to shoot over a code?
Oh, I sent you one on Discord already.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
I can repost it quick. This was the code.
Yeah, I got it. My bad.
It's also the new map. That's why I choose this one.
Okay.
It's on Runasapi.
All day, Tracer. Been struggling to get a good Tracer VOD. I see a lot of errors. A lot of team fights can carry harder when a lot of team fights do nothing. Really consistent value. Okay, so let's. When I'm playing, I feel like I'm having 10 games losing streak, but in reality, I've won 6 and lost 4. Oh my goodness, that is so true.
That's what I mean. Like it's like so chaotic to understand when I get value as Tracer, because there's so much indirect values. I don't know when I'm actually feeding or when I'm doing good distraction. It's like
100%. Okay,
so hard to feel.
We'll take a look here. Any questions with Tracer before we jump in?
No, I think not, since you have uploaded like 20,000 Tracer VODs already.
Yeah, soon to be 30,000. I think I have another 2 in the keeps ready to be uploaded again.
Tracer is going hot here.
Yeah. I like coaching Tracer, though. Of all the characters that I had to coach a lot, I think Tracer has to be one of my favorites. Back when I first started coaching in Overwatch 2, it was a lot of Kiriko and Sojourn VODs, and it was a lot more boring. Okay. Why this code? Why did you select this code?
It's a new map, Runasapi, first thing.
Yes.
The second thing is I have a somewhat dive tank, but which I think is kind of working in a timing which I cannot follow her, so I'm almost a little bit confused with the tank timing in this case.
Okay.
And I have a mixed enemy back, like I can engage on the Ashen for long range, but the Reapers is close range, and they kind of switch to good tanks to train. So I think this is a really good mixed bag.
Okay. Is there anything recently you've been working on with Tracer?
As the last thing I was working on, Tracer was actually timing with the tank. And before that, I was working on fighting from close range off angles, like finding these angles.
Got it.
But like I know that I did not do it perfectly this VOD as well, so it's like I know it's not perfect here.
Of course. Okay, let's take a look here. I like this rotation from you. It seems very good. So, little detail here. This is really important. Once you get on the angle, this is where... Okay, so there are some coaches that really prioritize the position. I think I fall into that category. There are some coaches that really prioritize the uptime, constantly doing damage, constantly doing pressure. I would like to be somebody that puts priority on both. And I think this is a good example of that right here. So right here, you are on a close range off angle, yes? All you need to do here is shoot. And I want you
not going forward.
Right, not going forward, because I don't want you to leave this cover unless you're using it to blink and dodge, right? This is what you... But from here, there's no point walking forward. It risks your life. It puts you into the open. It limits the number of angles you can approach from. Just stay here and shoot. And it also makes it harder to track. So watch how hard it is to track.
Yeah, it was impossible. I felt that one.
Right. As opposed to just standing right here. Let's freeze the camera here and let's see what it looks like. See how much easier? Right? It's still hard, but it's much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, like this shots, basically.
Yes, this is much
They were
better.
easier.
Now, here, she's further away. So you're going to have to close the distance or find a different target now, right?
Yeah.
The good news, though, is look where you put her. I don't think she wants to be here.
Front of the tank, yeah.
Right, right in front of the... Yeah, this is not where she wants to go. So that's going to force her coach gun. That's going to force Suzu from the Kiriko. Excellent job. Now, the problem here is what now?
Now I'm too far away. Now I have to blink into the open, have no cover basically to rotate to.
Right. It's tough, isn't it? What are your options?
Well, waiting for the tank to engage, or just sneaking up right side and wait for new opportunities, basically.
Yep. Here's a question. You could sneak up, like you said, right side, create new opportunities because it's closer. You see that? It's much closer.
Yep.
The other thing is, what would happen if you just stood here and shot?
In general, I think not too much, because these enemies will not turn around for me if I stand there and shoot. And Inspire will just out-heal my damage.
Probably. But would you need to blink, move, or do anything whatsoever?
No, I don't have to.
Could you still serve as a distraction? A little bit, right?
In theory, yes, because Ash will be still scared of me, Kiriko will still be scared of me, but they're once I'm not shooting. But they know I'm on this angle, basically.
Right. So the idea here is that there's nothing here that really outranges you too much. Maybe Junker Queen a little bit, but like you can pull their attention because it's Brigitte Reaper, right? And you could just sit and shoot. Wait for your Winston to engage if he does, and then go for your close the distance on backline. So you brought up a really interesting point here where you said, sometimes I don't know what to do because they have a composition that is very close and a composition that can poke me out. Well, this is the solution right here. Hide from the people that can poke you out. Poke the people that can't.
Okay.
Right? Now, I want to be very clear. Your option here where you said rotate around right, that's also very good. And honestly, it might be even better. You might be right. You might not do a lot of damage from here. This might be better, but this is also okay. Does that make sense?
Yes. My only concern is that at this point, like, Reaper will just outperform me by holding left click. So even if Reaper was like thousands worse than me, he would still do more damage than me at this point. That's my only concern.
Yes, but the difference between you and Reaper is in general, you can hold an angle much longer. If they push Reaper here, it's much easier to force Wraith and then potentially put him out of position. You can sustain. If I were you, I would never compare myself to anybody in the enemy team. Ask yourself, am I getting good value? Could I be getting better value and so on from where you are? And that's the only question you have to answer. Never compare yourself to the enemy team. Too many things to think about. Just do your job. That's it. So actually here, this is okay. You see it? This is all right. The problem here is you just got chopped.
I want to go to Monkey Bubble, but then she has an X.
Yeah. Not a bad fight from you. Your initial starting position was quite good. I think the only takeaway for me here was maybe you did not need to leave the choke when you initially started shooting the Kiriko and Ash. And maybe you could have rotated around behind, as you said earlier. Nice clip. But yeah. Pretty
it gets
reasonable.
Worse, don't worry.
It gets worse, don't worry. All right, I'm ready. Nice. Okay. Understandable. Good blinks. Leave. You've done your job. Because there's nothing happening from your team right now.
Yep.
Right. You see it? So just leave. I mean, honestly, again, like, as long as you're timing things with your team right now, this is pretty good. This is very close. You have cover. You have a health pack. This is pretty good. The only mistake here was engaging. Now, this is...
Hold the angle and not blink forward, okay.
Right. Do you remember the Echo VOD when... I'm actually going to pull up our notes here, where I said, cycle your aggression around flight and stickies.
Yes.
Okay. Apply that thinking, that strategy, right here. What do you see?
Yeah, don't be aggressive without recall, basically.
Right. You not only no recall, not full HP, and only one blink.
Yeah.
Right? So all you need to do here is probably grab the health pack and hide, wait for 1 blink, wait for 2 blinks, wait for 3, and then maybe, because you're still getting value here, right? But you can't necessarily force the engage. So it doesn't mean that you have to be AFK doing nothing, but you need to consider the situation before you go. Because that then puts you out of position, out of the fight, and then dead. The funny thing is, even if you did not die here, you would still have to take all the time to wrap around and go set all this downtime. When you could have just stayed here and pressured, stay here and pressured, stay here and pressured. Oh, I know, recall, careful, pressure, careful, pressure. Just constantly being an annoying thorn on their side. Constantly. Does that make sense?
Yes. I remember you said another word from another person basically that I should only basically like hold the angle until I actually can engage. Like, I think it was on a venture word.
Sure.
Basically, this applies here. I will only engage when I basically actually have more resources than the enemies, basically.
Sure.
Which I do not have here.
Sure. The idea is that you want to take an angle where you can just get value just by existing. Right there. Remember the first fight, right? The first fight. What happened first fight? All you needed to do is just exist here, and you got value.
Yep.
And then for a while, all you need to do is exist here and get value. Then what you could do is you can use the blinks not to push, but to duel, to dodge. So you want to walk to an angle and then use the blinks to duel from the angle. But if your angle's good, you don't need to push or pull a lot. You just kind of need to just move from that angle. And both of your angles have been very good for both fights. I think you can take this duel. This is no good. Too far. Right?
This was just scouting, basically.
Right.
The Reaper after the patch actually has quite a long range. Can I duel still Reaper actually at all?
Yes.
Like, is there a range I still win?
I would say it's less about your range, like short to medium range, right? But you're like, oh, he's also good at short to medium range. It's more about your blinks.
So basically, like against Cassidy, like blink when you just look at me, and okay.
You got it, and then you can recall, and then yeah, that's it. This is a mistake because your angle is good, but your target is bad. Who should you be shooting? You see it?
Yeah, that's the thing that's what I mean is like I didn't have this information in game. Like in the VOD I see this clearly as night and day, but I kinda missed it in game.
Okay.
This is my problem here. So if I know there was an Ash, of course I go into Ash.
Yes. The question I want you to answer for yourself is take a good angle and then ask who is the closest target? Who can I access from this angle? If it's Junker Queen, shoot Junker Queen. If it's Brigitte, shoot Brigitte. If it's Ash, shoot Ash. If it's Torbjorn, shoot Torbjorn. Right now, walk up here, shoot the Ash. The Ash leaves, then shoot the Brig. Then the cart pushes, you rotate to a different angle. Or maybe even you drop down the junk pad and you shoot the Brigitte from here, right? You need to take the angle, then be like, who can I shoot from this angle? Does that make sense? Angle first, then where are they? Angle first, then where are they?
Okay.
This is too far. So this is all good, but you needed your recall, right?
Yeah, because the fight started. Yeah, okay.
Good angle. Shoot what's close. Even if it's a rallying Brig. Right? And she dies.
The Brig was called in voice chat. That's why we were all focused on her at this point.
Yeah. But even if nobody calls her, it's good. Just get her attention. Yep. You're close. Now the next target is the Junker Queen. Why are you shooting Junker Queen and not Reaper? Well, because she's close.
Closer.
That's it. So then she dies. Now who's next? Reaper. Finish the Reaper off. Nice. Good job. Now you know where this fight's gonna happen, right? So then you're gonna do the same thing, right? Smart, right? Smart. What if you were over here? What would you do?
I think in this specific case I wanted to pulse bomb with engagement of Doomfist. That I kind of went for an angle from behind on top of them so that I can pulse bomb drop.
Sure. What would you do if you set up from here instead?
I could do that as well, but I have to run over a long corridor, basically, to get them.
Yes. Very good. Okay. I like this. Ash is scared of you. Ash runs away. You see that? Perfect.
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
Well, wait for Doomfist and then I pulse. And then I die.
Okay. So, break me down this one. What could have been done better here?
Honestly, pulse bomb from top was harder than I thought. Actually, from low ground is easier. So here I kind of lost concentration because I couldn't aim this one. And generally, what I should have probably done is wait a little bit longer because they split and then catch the easy movements when they run away from Doomfist.
Yes, I will add on to that. You still have to worry about Suzu here. You still have to worry about Cassidy's role. You understand?
Yeah.
So you know how you force those things? You take a good angle and you shoot.
Shoot first, okay.
Right. So okay. You shoot with your Doomfist here. Like, I think this is good. You could shoot, you could juke here, you could shoot, you could pressure the Kiriko. You could go back even here and shoot from here as well. The Doomfist punches them into you, actually, which is kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to rush the pulse bomb right here. You have a good angle, you're on good timing, you're playing good range. You don't have to force it, right? Because it feels like you're like, oh, crud. And then you panic and then you die, right?
But usually it's easier to hit when they don't know I'm there, so they don't dodge. That's why
true.
I kind of have the habit of doing it early.
That's true, and that's okay, but it's not okay if they have a Suzu or a life grip or something or a Zarya bubble. Right, exactly. You need to force the cooldowns with good positioning and good damage first, and then it will be easier. Because the funny thing is if you shoot first, yes, they will look at you, but then your teammates will push and it'll just become chaos. And in that chaos, you might even miss the pulse bomb and still get a kill with the pulse bomb. I see it all the time. But yeah, it's totally fine to open with pulse bomb if there's not an answer for it.
Okay.
Let's keep going. That being said, once again, I'm pretty pleased with your angle.
I just need to hold it.
Yeah, you just need to hold it. That's it.
Okay.
You should be very pleased with your setup, which is actually pretty impressive considering this is a new map as well. Nice job. Get her. Very good. Very good. Suzu already. And you're down one, too. Yep, get closer. Rotate. Keep getting closer. Keep rotating. Drop down the jump pad, maybe? Yeah, I think your better option here, probably drop down the jump pad and approach from here. I don't think you can get through there.
Yes, I cannot. I have to rotate through the megas and it's too far away.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so then still, this is still somewhat useful, right? I still like somewhat useful, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I know this feels bad, but I actually think you just have to stay. I think you have to stay here. This rotation takes too long. It doesn't really make your angle any better, because you get here and you're like, it still kind of feels far away, right? So you might as well just stay here. You might as well just keep tailing them. Man, it does feel like there needs to be like a door here or something, you know?
Yeah, that's actually the only gap. Like, the entire map is really like the small corridors from center and from outside, except this one point.
Yeah, it's odd. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay. Fight starting.
So I think later the Ashe switches to Venture, and I think from then it's completely downhill.
Okay. This is just... Okay, so a couple things here. First off, don't shoot. Because... What should you be doing? First off, don't tell them you're here. Second off, what should you be doing instead of shooting?
Rotate to get a better angle.
Rotating and thinking, right? Thinking, how do I rotate? Okay, do I want to go in through here? Okay, wait. Yeah, okay, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so then where would I rotate? Do I want to rotate up top and approach from here? Does this have an opening out here? Oh, yes, this is it. You needed to hurry to this position. I think this is the position to go. Or even coming up here and harassing from here. But instead of shoot, rotate. So then you're in a better position to take this duel. And then besides that, honestly, this is just a good play by the Cassidy. You just got. I mean, he should have died there. You know, he should have died there. That's okay. Okay. Let's start to walk. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Yes. But it's the same mistake. You know what the mistake is, right?
I don't hold the angle. I go in.
You go in, right? And it's because of the pulse bomb, right? I think like you could sit here and shoot from here. Again, you could drop from jump pad and do it from here. And so I imagine this probably, yeah. It's not bad, but it was close, yes. I mean, it's okay. There's a bunch of ultimates used there, but yeah. I think you could spawn camp here.
And Ventler just destroys me then.
Yeah, that was just a silly approach. So
I actually have no experience fighting Ventlers as Tracer because there are really not many around. So I really don't know what to do against Ventler in general.
okay. So I want you to coach yourself.
Well, don't get close with my answer here. When she has her drill.
So what should you do right now? You shoot? What is Venture gonna do now?
Yeah, just keep distance and shoot, basically.
Right.
But the thing is, I cannot even use cover because she has like this area of effect.
Yeah, the splash, right?
Shoot. Yeah, splash.
What I would say is it's okay to get close in the same way that it's okay to get close to a Cassidy, but expect them to use drill dash immediately, right? So the drill dash is going to come now. So right now you should already be blinking. Expect them to use it. So then they use a drill dash, they completely miss a drill dash, they're dead. They're dead.
Because basically stay on distance until I can duel with blinks, basically.
Right, until you can duel with blinks. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, you got it. 100%. Set up, set up, set up, set up. Left or right. Like you could do it quickly. Like blink right here, blink here, you're here. Or the other rollout is here. This is an excellent angle as well.
But isn't everyone dead? Like, where would I go?
Yes, but here's what happens. You set up for next fight, and maybe you get a pick or a trade, or you allow yourself time. Like, here's the thing. If your team is fighting, I would not take 7 years to set up. But at least, you see, now you're not set up for the next fight. You started from spawn.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So at the very least, yes, everyone is dead, but at least you're ready to go when the fight starts. See, now the problem is you need to go now, but you're setting up. You should have already be set up.
Yeah, and now I have no blinks. I have that angle. Yeah.
So you have a choice here. You can sit here and shoot Kiriko, or you can blink across to get close to the Brigitte. Personally, well, what do you think?
Well, I think Kiriko is better because she has to do 180, and the cleanse is very a good cooldown I can get.
I agree.
Easy,
I agree.
And she's closer.
And that's it. That's, to me, the last one's the most important one. It's just easy. It's right here. Take what's available. Take what's available. I don't even care what this is. I'm just going to shoot this right now. I'm in a great position for it. And the key thing you said is it's 180, right? It's a good angle. Go. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent job. Really, really nice. Nicely done. And then you can go for the Brigitte if you want to. Perfect. Really nice fight from you there. Really nice fight. And it was so easy too, you know? Like, it just was
that's what I mean. Actually didn't do anything specific, but kind of just wins automatically, like starting from this angle,
You just set up. Now your team did use ultimates. The enemy team did use ultimates too, but you just had a good angle and you popped off. Now sometimes for a Tracer to win, you will not only have to take a good angle, but you will have to perform well mechanically too. Not just with your aim, but with your blinks moving, right? Like the Venture is a good example, right? You performed badly mechanically, you die. Remember the Ash with the pulse bomb up there? You perform badly mechanically or make a bad choice right over here, you die, right? But set yourself up in the best position first, then how do I use my blinks? How can I juke, dodge, cover, right? That's the order of operations. This was really good. Sometimes it's just easy. Sometimes you're just gonna shoot and you're gonna win. And this is just blinks, right? You need to get practice. Like Venture will ruin you. It's like a Reaper or Cassidy.
No.
Like I think the way to think of Venture is a lot like a Cassidy, right?
In this case, I think the drill overrides my blink even. Like I can't even blink through her while she's drilling, which was really weird in this fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would depend on when the drill is used, but yeah. Okay. Let's set up. I know you're down one here. You're probably not gonna win this fight, but like let's set up. Let's go. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Stage, right? Because the staging would be where? Where would you go?
Actually, I would have thought that here I'm on an angle which I can hold until Junkrat runs into me, of course.
Right, but the problem is that what's the distance of the angle?
Yeah, well, I mean, my Sigma will kite back because we are down one, so they will run into us. So I think they will run into my distance in this case.
That is true. That is true. This is an angle, and it will be a deeper angle soon. But I think you could make it better. Right. The question is not, am I on an angle? The question is there a better angle available? Okay, that's how you need to coach yourself.
Okay, so there's the angle to the right side, which would be even further away, but onto a better target, probably.
Yes.
And there's this angle on the center.
And it's not further away, given the motion of where your Sigma is going. You see it? Your Sigma is backing up. They're walking forward. You see it?
Yeah. Okay.
You need to capitalize off of this right here. And then if the Ashe pushes away from you over here, well, then now she can't shoot your Sigma. And then now from here, you can either deepen, or you could go all the way around behind, or you could shoot the Junker Queen, your choice. Yeah, so I think here you had a deeper angle available. And obviously, the reason I think you're doing this is because I think Pulse Bomb tends to dominate your thinking. When you have Pulse Bomb, everything revolves around, let's get this Pulse Bomb out quickly, right? Which I like. I want you to use Pulse Bomb the second you see an opportunity, but you need to set up first, then Pulse Bomb.
Okay, set up first.
Set up first, shoot, then Pulse Bomb. Because even if you did land the stick here once again, we still have this to worry about, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. And now you might actually die here because you've used resources, and so you can't follow up with the Flux, and so you did get value. You were a distraction, you forced cooldowns. It wasn't bad because you are at an angle. It just wasn't the best angle available, and I think it's because of Pulse Bomb. Good isn't good enough all the time, right? Because you're a diamond now. You're not plat, right? You're not gold or silver.
No, this is plat. Platinum.
Oh, this is plat. What plat is this?
Platinum 2, I think.
Okay, so basically almost diamond, right? So this is higher and plat, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's the problem here?
60 seconds.
Remember the rules. You're on a good angle, on a good target, on good timing. But, remember the echoes. Remember the echo stickies? Echo flight?
Don't have recall.
You don't have recall and you're on one blink.
Yeah, so I need to wait for cooldowns.
So you could take this, but be careful. Maybe peek a little bit, whatever. Be very cautious because she has full HP almost and her teleport. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I thought she was running away, so I thought this angle was safe to peek, honestly.
Gotcha.
Because she was running around this corner away from me, and then I thought I can take this angle, but then she baited me, basically.
I understand. You got a little bit outplayed. Okay.
Yeah.
Best angle available. Where is it?
Left side, or behind this blue thingy behind Ash, I think. Is the best in this area.
Yep, you got it. I agree. So you notice that you don't rotate, you shoot instead. But look at what you did with your shooting.
Well,
like 5 damage, like 5 damage.
Yeah.
No damage at all.
Well, I take 50 damage, so.
And you take 50, and then your Kiriko has to stop and heal you, and then you're still not at an angle. And then instead of going deeper, you go now. It's a mess. Now, instead, let's see what would have happened here. Walk, blink, because it's okay to use a blink or two here. Blink, and there you go.
Okay. So it's really that I kind of forgot low confidence with my rotations when my team started to falling apart in the end. Should have really kept the angles going and just not going in so hard, but really keep the angles going, basically.
Yes, keep the angles going.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. You got it. Because the thing is you haven't done anything this fight. You've done nothing. In fact, you've been a negative thing because you took more healing from Kiriko. Yeah. Right, exactly. So now we're useful. But we're at risk of the Ashe that we could have run into.
That surprised me.
that being said, this is still the most useful thing that you've done so far. This is still the most useful thing you've done so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Echo. You know what I'm saying, right? Echo.
Going in without cooldowns. Should have rotated left side to the center, which for cooldowns.
Right. And funnily enough, you could have kept shooting Kiriko. You just had to stay here. Right, or shoot the brig and back up this way, and then disengage this way, and then go back and shoot here. It's basically you could still shoot, but your mindset changes from I'm going to be a distraction. I'm not going to force a kill or pressure. Right. You're still playing Tracer. You don't AFK, but you don't want to be here.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see what your angle looks like here. I like it. This is good. Just shoot what's close. Brig is close. Shoot brig. Totally fine. Good. It's good. Yeah, this is good. This is good. You're down a bunch, so that you should lose this fight, but that was very good. That was very good, right? Look at what you did. So you took a good angle on short sight line. You shot the brig. Maybe you didn't need to drop, okay?
Yeah, right. Again, holding and not going in. Yeah,
right. But the reason you dropped is because you wanted to go deeper on the back line. So you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I actually don't think it's just too bad. You keep shooting. You make them all turn around. I think it's partly you and Echo, but we're going to pretend it was just you. Venture, rally, Ash even turns her crosshair and looks at you. You recall. Totally fine. You're still on an angle, but instead of playing for the kill, you go, oh no, recall, Echo, I need to get out. So you blink, you juke the whip shot, and people are still looking at you. Look at that. Look at those people looking at you. And all you need to do now is with your last blink is get out. I would not go this way.
I don't know where to.
Right.
Honestly.
This way. This way. This way.
But Venture would shoot me here, right? This is
yeah. I
understand.
I understand. But either way, okay, so you're going to die. Okay, fine. But because of the chaos, Venture has done nothing for 5 seconds. Ash has done nothing for 5 seconds. Brigitte has done nothing for 5 seconds. And now, despite being down 1, Brig dies.
Okay.
You got me? And so then you disengage. You give them mini, and you go back. Obviously, a little bit unfortunate there with the Ash. That's okay. I like the patience there with the recall. Good try with the pulse bomb. I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. You know, this is pretty good. Just expect that. Remember, it's Cassidy. It's Cassidy.
Yeah.
It's Cassidy. It's, you know what it is? It's Cassidy with a Reaper Wraith form. Okay. So Reaper. Yeah, so the Cassidy is wraithing right now. So
the
Cassie's
hitbox is so huge on the drill. It's impossible.
So Cassie's gonna pop out and then he's gonna flash you, right? So you need to go blam right after the side. I know you're like, oh, the drill catches me. You might be right. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You need to try. You need to try.
Okay.
Okay. One more fight here. We're gonna make this good. There's lots of good things so far for me, Tracer. Lots of good things. Lots of things you can work on. Okay. Hurry. This is good. Just shoot Brig. You see it?
I think here I'm too focused on Ash.
Yeah.
Because Brig was low in front of my face.
And that's it, right? Just shoot what's convenient. You were on a good angle, just shoot what's convenient. And so the Brig lives. The Ash lives because you let the Brig live, because she gets packs.
Yeah.
And now it's too late. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's set some goals here. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I've got another session after this one. I'm just letting them know. Okay, so let's take some notes. What do you need to work on? What do you
Is it a question for me or?
Yes, for
you. Stay on the angles instead of jumping in straight away.
Stay on the angles.
I think this is the biggest thing.
Keep pressure and use blinks to dodge dual. Okay, what else?
Well, the other thing was if I have pulse bomb, like fight out the cooldowns first before rushing the pulse bomb, basically.
Don't fight differently. Just play the fight normally and pulse when you see a chance. Right. It's the same thing. You don't play Tracer differently with Pulse Bomb. You just do the exact same thing, right? You shoot, you hold the angle, you look for an opportunity. Okay.
And then play more passive when I have no cooldowns, so play around cooldowns, my own cooldowns. What's the last thing?
Recall, HP, blinks. Hold the angle is usually okay, but be a little more cautious until you have resources. Okay. Oh, one other thing.
Well, position over target priority was a little bit...
Yes, but even more important than that, maybe don't shoot, set up.
Yeah, don't shoot while setting up, yeah.
Less damage from a long distance. There's like a lot of 35 meter poking and for like 5 damage, and then you get shot in the head, and then you're like, crap, what do I do? Okay. Any questions?
No, that's pretty clear so far,
I think actually you were consistently, I would say, above average with your positioning. You did a really good job setting up most of the time. I think your mechanics will continue to improve. And I think obviously when we talked about like improving your positioning, it was with these sort of things. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.